All right. There we go. Hopefully everyone can hear me loud and clear. So we're live again. It's been a while. Okay, nice to see everyone joining in. It's nice to see everyone is from all around the world. But one guy in specific is literally from everywhere in the world. He's from Dubai, New Zealand. Okay, how do you do that? Okay, so please do not spam the chat. The chat will be for questions. So a little introduction for today's live stream. I'm going over all the questions you might have regarding visual effects in the Epic VFX Academy in specific. So if you have any questions for our course or what might be taking you from joining in, let me know. Shoot in the questions here in the chat and I'll try to reply them all one by one. And apart from that, I will go over all the topics that we will be discussing in that class and also how it looks from the inside. So basically, the idea of the class is to get people really in-depth knowledge for visual effects. And YouTube is it's not the platform to find all of that information in a logical sense of A to Z. So if you don't know how to create epic-looking visual effects, it's because you find small bits and pieces that you have to paste together. And over the years, you will get to know how to create visual effects. But if you want to just get along with it and stop wasting time, you need some kind of course. Unfortunately, I didn't have that back in the time, so I had to do it the hard way. I had to do it years and years and years with all the small bits. But yeah, that's why I have decided to, not let the other people get this. Okay, is there a problem with the chat? Because I'm seeing people that are telling me that the live stream is offline. But basically what I wanted to do is I didn't want you to have the same problems as I had when I started out, and I wanted to offer a place where people can come to and just get a straight answer, because I never had a straight answer when I started with visual effects. So that's the main reason here. So someone is having a problem with the MasterCard and they can't pay right now and they're trying to solve the problem. Ignace, I think that's how you spell your name. That shouldn't be a problem. Just try to contact our support team and they will get that resolved with you. That should not be a problem if you have some issues. You can definitely reach out to our support. They are always going to reply within 24 to 48 hours. So if you have any questions regarding the class, payments, or anything for that matter, just reach out to hello@learnepicvfx.com. So hello@learnepicvfx.com if you have any questions regarding the masterclass. So I'm looking up here because here's the chat. I'm trying to get all the answers. Trying not to miss anyone. Will we have a project trial for masterclass after completing? What do you mean exactly with that? So in the class, you will get tasks. You will get training where you can recreate everything using my footage as well. So I will be sharing footage, project files where you can dive in. So yeah, let's take a look right away. Why not? I'm going to open up the platform. So basically what you're getting is you're getting a bunch of modules and they are literally enough for a year's worth if you are planning on doing it at an easy pacing. You can literally go through this course an entire year. So we're starting off with section number 1 here. Module 1 is going to be all about After Effects. So here I want to teach you all the essentials for After Effects. That's for visual effects and motion graphics. So basically everything there is to know about After Effects, I'm going to be covering like the generic thing of it, and it's a mouthful. So it's a pretty long session, but after that session, you will feel very comfortable with After Effects. That's for sure. So all these sections here are just After Effects stuff. Like right here, screen replacement is a really cool one. How to use advanced techniques to change a photo to look animated. Things like that, changing the color, tracking, all the tracking techniques basically, 2D tracking, 3D tracking, advanced 3D tracking, camera 3D tracking, and stuff like that. Now we're going over all the VFX fundamentals, and we're going to actually track a shot in After Effects with a 3D camera tracker, bring it into cinema. We're going to look at tracking into cinema as well. What is the difference between the two, really? How to start modeling your first sci-fi drone. How cool is that? We're going to model something together. And I can tell you, everyone in the class has been able to create something really epic. And oh, there we have, by the way, Christoph is also in the chat. He's one of our students. And I just saw that Shadowhawk joined. Hey, what's up, Shadowhawk and Christoph and Arno? How are you all doing? Thanks, Testa Films. So how many weeks to learn this masterclass? The idea is that everyone can learn at their own pacing. So some people, like Shadowhawk is a crazy guy. He went through the entire class pretty rapidly, but he was so motivated that he went from morning till evening, I guess. I don't know. He was just going through it. And yeah, he got a bunch of awesome advice from it, or at least he learned a lot of things from that part. But he was the only one to go so fast through the entire class. But basically, you can take, some people are taking months, some people are taking maybe even a year. So it really comes down to when you feel like you have time to follow the class. If you have a job or if you go to school, I know it's not convenient to always be there on time. So we decided not to do this live, but everything will be offline, where you can just join in whenever you feel like you're ready. And you can just continue the entire class. Like right here, we can see you will get in this view a lot, probably. Yeah, Shadowhawk. You have some new content coming. I'm still recording it. It's been quite busy, but you've seen everything in the promo video. Everything that we've seen in there, like holograms, portals, also the helmet effects. We're going to do all of that in the new course. So, well, new courses, new modules. But that's going to be pretty exciting. I hope the ex-students as well will be very excited for that. And I guess they are. Okay, so a lot of questions are coming in. Give me some time to read through them. So why didn't I upload as much in the past year? It's because I've been doing this masterclass. So I wanted to create a platform where everyone can learn in a structured manner, because on YouTube you have a video, you learn some tips and tricks, which I still want to do, like you see right now. I give a bunch of tips and tricks in each YouTube video, but it's really hard to show the entire workflow from A to Z, because there is years and years of knowledge in one particular effect, for example. So I wanted to clarify everything there is to know and bring that into a platform, which is now the Epic VFX Academy. I am a pretty much self-taught VFX artist, also from experience in real-life projects. I did go to school for this in the past, but I quickly saw that the teacher was putting up my tutorials in the classes, even for the upcoming years of students. So all the students that got in the class after me actually got to see my tutorials, because the teacher thought I knew enough, and I ended up teaching the teacher. This is not to brag about myself, but this is actually a true story. I was grinding so much with visual effects that a teacher asked me to teach them a thing or two. And they even wanted to work on projects together, because they were so excited about the things I was doing. So when you get in the Epic VFX Masterclass, this is going to be what you're going to see right here. It's going to be a bunch of After Effects training. So I'm scrolling through it, but a bunch of it. And we're starting literally from the basics, but we're going all the way to advanced. So are we there yet? Okay, so right here ends the After Effects part. So we have a bunch of modules here, as you can see. And if you have never touched After Effects before, you can follow along. If you have already a advanced knowledge in After Effects, you can still follow along and get a ton of value out of it. And once you're through the entire After Effects section, we're going to jump into something really exciting, which is creating epic visual effects with Cinema 4D. And right here we can see that we're starting with tracking, modeling the drone. We're going to texture it and lighting it. So the texturing and lighting is a very difficult part of the VFX pipeline. A lot of people tend to have a lot of problems with creating realistic looking textures, realistic looking scenes in general, and just to make it believable. It's a really hard thing, and a lot of people struggle with this for years. And that's what I wanted to say with the fact that you can struggle for years trying to find all the bits and pieces. But now, yeah, I have a perfect blueprint for you on how to achieve those. English subtitles. We are looking into subtitles, English and Spanish. So I'm not sure when that will be ready, but if you sign up for the class now, we will definitely add subtitles to it. So it might be that you need to wait a little bit longer, but once you're in the class, you're also in there for a lifetime. So there is no limit on how long you can watch the class. So if you don't end up watching the class in the first year, you can still watch the class in 1 year from now, and it's going to have a lot more updates as well. So that's because we're also giving a lifetime updates to everyone who joins in now. So I'm not sure if this deal is going to stay consistent. Maybe we change it up in the future, but for now, everyone who joins now gets lifetime access and also lifetime updates. So then we're taking a look at animation, some basic animation techniques, and also how to render your scene perfectly using Octane render engine in Cinema 4D. I personally prefer to work with Octane because it's just way faster than the Cinema 4D render engine. But if you do not have a third-party render engine, you can follow this class perfectly. You can just render with the Cinema 4D standard render engine. Even if you have other software which you feel quite comfortable with, like Blender, you can still follow along the class and take all these knowledge. Take all the knowledge and just translate it into your 3D software of choice. So it's not just a technical course, it's also a how to create visual effects course. And that should apply to any kind of 3D software, basically. So you can translate everything if you're a little bit familiar with the 3D software that you are working with, because we will be working with Cinema. But we do have a student that is working in Blender. He's following along. He's also very active in the community. And yeah, so he's even collaborating with people that work in Cinema. So that's all not a problem. If that's something that you're worrying about, I'd say that's a non-issue. So what exactly will we be seeing apart from this drone? That's going to be the new stuff that is coming up, and that's going to be really, really exciting. It's going to be the hologram, which we've seen in our promo. Actually, if we go to learnepicvfx.com, where you can actually sign up, you can see right here, we have our little video. I'm just going to actually put this on YouTube for now and mute it. So this is the work that we're going to be creating here. So this portal scene is something that I have created using EmberGen. It's a very fun software to play with. And it comes with Octane for free if you have a subscription for Octane. So as we're using Octane, I thought it's a nice add to the class. Then we're also going to see how to create this exactly. How to create the drone, how to track it in your scene, and also how to completely change your scene like this. This is basically a 3D matte painting that we're going to just do as an extra bonus at the end of the drone scene. Then these holograms, we're also going to see how to interact with those in Cinema. It's going to be super cool as well. I find it a really fun looking image, and it's actually really simple to do. So if you're a beginner, this would be perfect to start creating visual effects. And even if you're advanced, it's still fun to play with. And then, of course, a lot of people enjoyed this animation here. I'm going over this step by step as well in the class. So we will be looking at how to create this really cool animation. How to destroy your drones. You would like to have a tutorial for that, wouldn't you? So this is my drone. Actually, we have two students in the chat right now. This is Christoph and Shadowhawk. Let's bring up their work because they are really amazing students and they're so motivated and they are such an amazing add to the class. I wouldn't want to imagine the class without them because they are a big part of the community and that's really amazing. So Shadowhawk is creating currently a really cool project with drones chasing each other, fighting, and he has a little sneak peek here. It's only 2 seconds long, but he's actually flying drones through a cliff here, so that's a project that he's working on. We're also looking at some stuff of Christoph. Actually, I want to bring up your drone here. So these are some drones that Christoph has made. He's currently working on those. So I really like this one. And he also made these. So he has some, yeah, he couldn't stop creating drones. Once you start creating drones, you can't go without anymore. There's just so many options. So these look really cool. And this is actually a recreation from one of the students here in the class. So as you can see, we also have a Discord group right here where we get to hang out. So we share the wins. So once you created something really cool, you can post it in here and people will give you feedback. We can ask questions. We can go over some challenges that we've created. And also here you have some chats where you can do collaborations. And for example, the entire drone chasing scene is an entire collaboration started by one of our students, Shadowhawk. He took this as his own project to get all the students interested in this bigger project and to work on this together. Someone is actually making the music for that. So that's really cool. I'm super excited to finally see, I'm super excited to see the final result actually. So let me go through the questions again. So just to make sure that I didn't miss anything. Which is the best for VFX, Blender or Cinema 4D or Maya? So this is the question that everyone asks. Which software is the best? There is no true answer to that. There's just a personal preference because Maya is, for example, a great software when you work in big VFX teams because it's a movie industry standard. The times are changing though, and Cinema 4D has added so much stuff in their software that it's becoming a very strong competitor, and it's also, in my opinion, so friendly to use, so user-friendly to use. It's so clean. Just look at this interface. It invites you to work in this scene, and that's my personal preference. And then you have Blender. It's the free alternative, so I definitely understand your choice for the software. It's a great software. You can create photoreal stuff with it, but you're going to have patience. That's my opinion for it. It's a lot slower in workflow than Cinema, in my opinion. That's, of course, my opinion. I haven't worked with Blender. I only know a few people that work with it, and I just see that it's going a little bit slower. Some things aren't as logical as you might think. So I prefer Cinema 4D hands down. Just wanted to know, is effects toughest thing in VFX? I don't understand your question, unfortunately. I have actually spent a lot of time on creating the course, so I'm so excited that it's being perceived so well by everyone. Thank you so much, Christoph, for being a part of it. And I'm so happy that you're enjoying your time with us. And yeah, there's definitely a lot more cool stuff to come. So it's not the end here. Yeah. So let's talk about the bonus. Yes, exactly. So Arnaud, he's actually my partner in crime. Well, no crime here. But he has been able to arrange some really crazy bonuses if you join right now. So he's been able to get, could you post it in the comments? What exactly are the people getting? Because you're on top of this. Like the exact number. That would be great to see. But it's a really exciting bonus for the people that are still considering joining the class. This might just be the reason that you're just going to say, okay, I'm coming in there. Why are you not reading my chats? I am reading your chats. Where did you learn VFX? I learned VFX by just playing around a lot, wasting a lot of time. But yeah, that's also definitely a great way to learn. It's just going to take a lot more time. So most of the VFX that I know are self-taught. So for everyone that is actually on the mailing list, you should have received an email. But we're going to be able to get you a crazy deal. So around $500 discount. It depends on where you live. On a yearly license for the Creative Cloud license. So you're getting the entire Adobe Creative Suite with around $500 discount if you join our class. So that's basically getting the entire class for free. And did I show you what we have inside of it? Plus, you're going to get another ton of bonuses, just because I like to over deliver here. That's what everyone actually knows from me if you have been in the class. But yeah, so look at what you're getting here. After Effects, Cinema 4D, Octane, Embergen, the entire blueprint on how to create epic and realistic looking VFX. So if you have any questions regarding the class specifically, definitely let me know in the comments right now so I can answer them. So that's basically the whole reason of this live stream, so I can answer any questions you might have. But you're going to be able to get a huge discount on the Adobe Creative Cloud, which is really amazing because we're going to need it to create some cool stuff, yeah. If you want to be a VFX artist, where should I start? Well, this is the question that is easily answered. Let me show you. Let's just open up a window, learnepicvfx.com, claim your seat. That's how you start. That's how, if you want to have the quick start, if you want to have like the jump kick, or how do you say it? Like the kick start? How do you say it? The jumper kind of start. No, if you want to have an epic start, if you want to not waste time, this would be the best place to start, in my opinion. Yeah, because we're also going to be straight to the point. We're not going to waste valuable time on useless explanation stuff. We're just going to get right in there, and you're going to learn everything while doing, instead of just looking at boring content and just explanations. You're going to be doing it together with me. So that's basically the idea. And also, after watching these entire classes, every month we will go and come all together in a Zoom call, just like this here, just like a live stream, but it will be more personal with just the students. Maybe a handful of students, like 15 people, 20 people. We all come together once a month. And there we get to discuss all your questions that you might have during the class. If you have difficulties or if you want feedback on your work, on what you could do better. These are things we will be discussing, and these are things that we have quite a bit of experience with. And I can tell you that, in my opinion, that's the most value of the entire class, because getting someone to tell you how you should do it that has already been for years and years in the industry, I wish I had that when I started out. I really did, but I didn't. So Shadowhawk is telling you guys something. If you want to learn VFX and CGI, get on that course from top to bottom, or you will not find a better learning site than this course, and I tried a lot of them. Thank you so much for the kind words. I did not pay him to say that. No, there is no rigging tutorial in the course. It's definitely one of my plans to do. So everything that is not in there yet, it might just be coming in the near future. But what is in there is going to be green screening, screen replacements, motion graphics, advanced sky replacements, object removals, logo reveals. So if you want to create your own intro, we're going to look at motion graphics as well. We're going to look at matte painting, on how to add like posters to your walls or stuff if you want to add stuff later in with VFX, freeze frame and time remapping. That's going to be like the basic, well, basically everything that you could do for like compositing wise. And then like we're going to talk about all these types of effects. And yeah, everything that you can do, like modeling, lighting, animation. We're also going to create our own HDRI map so we can light our scene with the actual environment light. Really important in the VFX pipeline. So tracking, modeling, lighting, texturing. We have a bunch on texturing because it's actually a very important step. Once you know texturing, you know everything. Well, once you know one specific way of texturing, you can texture a whole lot. So with only this part here, you can apply this to any type of VFX. And then, of course, compositing and stuff. So we understand it's an investment. That's why we have also launched our year-long program with only monthly payments. So instead of paying everything up front, you also get a choice to pay on a monthly basis. You will unlock classes that way, and this will be a class that will take you an entire year. So once you've paid that after the year, you're also in there for, well, for good. I have a very budget laptop and no graphics card. Will I be able to follow the course? So for people that have a lower PC, yes, you can follow the course for sure. There is no real boundary on what laptop you need or what you require. Of course, if you can run After Effects, you only need to be able to run it, because you can just easily lower the resolution of the projects that you're working in. For example, I will be working in Full HD, but you can easily work in 960 by 540, which is 1/4 of the power of Full HD. And you will still learn how to do all this stuff. So once you upgrade to a better laptop, you will be on top of it and create Epic VFX right away. So I don't see having a lesser computer be an excuse, because I've worked on the worst computers in the past. I'm working on the best computers right now. My VFX did get a little bit better, but they were also pretty solid when I look back at it. I could do some really cool VFX on a pretty bad computer, so there are no excuses. So all the details about pricing and stuff is on the website. LearnEpicVFX.com. So we have over 31 modules and almost 100 training videos. So cool. Exactly. So once you join this class and you only have, for example, After Effects and you don't have Cinema, or you can just like build up everything, because you're in there for lifetime. And I don't know what kind of proposals we're going to do in the future. I'm not sure if we're going to keep the same pricing, if we're going to change it up, if we're going to have different deals. But basically, this is going to be lifetime access. So if you have After Effects and Cinema, you can get started. Maybe later you upgrade to Octane and you get all that value out there, because even After Effects alone, it's already pretty solid. So we're getting the live Zoom calls with me and my team, where you get to ask all your questions when it comes to VFX questions and like feedback questions. I will be there personally answering and giving you my thoughts, my ideas, and feedback. And you also get full access to our private community, our Discord server, full of fun people like Shadowhawk and Christoph. They are really active users in there because they are serious when it comes to VFX. They want to make it, and I can see that they will make it for sure, because with this kind of attitude, nothing can stop them. We're also going to be giving epic bonuses and discounts to all of the websites that we have worked together with, and I can tell you there are a bunch of tools and products that you will be able to get also at a discounted price, because we are in connection with them. How often are the live sessions? So we have decided to do a live session once a month. So we have 4 live sessions. So for 4 months, we will be doing every month a live session. Before, we used to do it every week, but we found that the people didn't have enough time to assemble all their problems and questions. So every month, we're going to dive into a class together, and you're going to be able to show where you got at in the class, what you've been able to create. Maybe you had a difficulty, which you can already ask in the Discord group, but if that isn't resolved yet, we will take a deep dive in the class. Until now, we didn't really have that. I just wanted to add that also. But what I found that is the most value right now in the class is people asking feedback. Like, they created something and I say, okay, maybe you could change this a little bit and this a little bit, and you have an entire different result, a lot better quality. So that's my main goal with the classes and the live streams, actually. Hey, what's up, Enzoe? He's the editor of our YouTube videos, by the way. So in a lot of YouTube videos, when you get this exciting edit, that's Enzoe behind there. So kudos to him. Give him some appreciation, because he has some dope engagement edits. I really enjoyed them. Do you have any physical class rather than virtual? We don't have a physical class right now. Who knows what the future will bring. But we found that the virtual one gives a lot more flexibility to the students, because we have students all around the world. And some people might be able to catch in at 7 p.m. Some people are working during the night, or at least for us, it will be night. For them, it will be day. So it's really hard to make everyone come together at the same time. That's why we've decided to do it like this. You get to log in on this platform. So when you start, you just look at your first video. Of course, this is just a basic introduction video. You play it through, you mark it as complete, and you just move to the next one. That's how it will work. So we can also go to the next category. It's going to be locked if you didn't start your first project yet. So you will have to watch through everything, mark it as complete, and then you can move to the next category. And like this, you can keep doing that. And you can see a ton of videos in here. What video software do you use to edit your videos? Premiere Pro. Show some win videos for showcase. That's a great idea. Let's go again to the wins. So what do we have here? I'm not sure if you will have audio here, but these are some works from our students. Really cool. Here is another student. He's doing some more magical effects. So, how much on average do VFX students get paid right after they complete VFX? So that's a very hard question to answer, because most VFX people, they only know a particular set of skills in the VFX pipeline, because they get a job where they only have to do that type of VFX. What I would suggest, if you know all the types of VFX, wish you will get a handful in the class. If you know a lot of VFX, if you're an all-around VFX generalist, I'd say you don't have any problem finding jobs. If there is a problem, then the problem is you not looking for it, but there is plenty of jobs for actual VFX artists. Obviously, you need time to perfect your skill and to get better at it. But even at a very low entry level, you can already get started doing rotoscoping works or stuff like that. You just have to hustle. You just have to go for it. Let's look what we also have here. I already showed you this scene right here. So this is from Christoph. He's creating drones and stuff with 3D software. You can only join the Discord channel well, this is only for students, so only for people in the class. What will be our complete outcome after completing this class? Okay, great question. So after completing the class, well, basically you will learn how to create a drone, as you saw right here. The actual project is like in the promo video. So everything you see in the promo video, well, not everything, but almost everything will be the outcome. So just to make a quick comparison, you will be able to create your own portal like this one. This one, actual course result. And then also we're going to work on a drone. This one right here, this exact drone model, you're also getting the project files for the people that, well, everyone has created their own drone. But if you want, you can jump in there to know how I have created my drone, even though I'm going to teach you how to create it, because you can see right here that I'm actually showing you how to model it. And that's a video that is actually going to click here, mark as complete, next category, mark as complete. And I'm just doing this to get to the point where we are making the drone, but it's a live call. Well, it's a live screen recording tutorial where we model it together. So it's really straightforward, very clear. Okay, maybe it's a little bit, there's too much content. I'm not gonna get there. But basically this exact shot is one of the final results of the class. Also this, how to create stuff like that. So let me just play this through. Again, this portal. And also how to create this helmet. So this helmet effect, we're going to do that as well. And I hope that answered your questions. Do you have any idea about Avid Liquid? Is it good? No, I have no idea. And so, yeah, this is the detail of the drone. So we're going to model it and texture it. You can see all this detail in the texturing, like this aging effect and all these scratches. And we're going to discuss about all of these techniques in the class and, yeah, what we can do to get a photoreal result. So we can see all this detail in here. Really cool looking drone. And yeah, you will be able to create one. Here we can see how we tracked it in the shot. And we're going to change our shot completely and just, boom, go hardcore. All right. Does anyone, well, let's continue with the wins a little bit because we have a ton of cool stuff from our students. Here is one from Christoph again. He created this cool blueprint from his drone. Look at that. He made this chase scene with some really cool POV angles. And look at this shot. Oh my God, I really love this one. So Christoph, if you're watching, let's do some reviewing. Maybe he won't like that because it's so public, but I want to say everyone, well, I want to tell everyone this is really great work. He has been doing some incredible designs. What I would do personally is this scene here, it needs a little bit of a different lighting setup because it looks a little bit too plain yet, but a very simple switch in the lighting, like a little bit more. If you look at this shot, it's wow, it's really wow. It gets me to say wow, this one. It looks photoreal. And that's just because I think the shadows are a little bit lower right here. And right here we don't have that much detail in our mountain. So we have a very soft mountain. Maybe you can also play with some atmospheric fogs or something. It just seems a little bit too flat at this moment. So all of these shots, they're still great though. But this one, oh my God, how did you do this? This one looks really good. Maybe a little bit of these jaggings, but yeah, then again, you're also on a drone. But if you would smoothen out the camera movement sometimes, like right here, you have this hard cut. It would be nicer if it would be a little bit smoother, in my opinion. So that's the idea. Also in the chat, people post something in the wins, and then we start giving feedback, and it's all good. So we're not trying to belittle each other or like when we're just giving everyone advice to get better. And again, yeah, exactly. I knew it. I knew your graphics card. Obviously, it's hard to get every shot to be photoreal because what you're trying to do here, it's a challenge. So I totally understand why you went that route but I think with some simple grading, you know, I think with some simple grading, you can do a lot. Okay, let's do something fun. I'm going to take a print screen here. Okay. Let's see what we can do with grading. But I'm going to continue to look at this because I really, really like it. Especially this here. Texture is looking on point. By the way, another tip. Do you know the plugin called RSMB? You'll definitely need that. Maybe I'm going to do something else. I'm going to do something else. Just give me a moment, guys. All right. Boom, we have the video. Okay. So we have this flying scene here, and we can see that every single frame is sharp. So what I will do is just apply RSMB on there. Boom, we have motion blur. It looks cinematic. We're finished. Thank you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. But you will see in the movement how much more realism you're selling because of motion blur. It's crazy. And you can also do that, by the way, in Cinema by just going to Cinema, going to your camera tag, applying a Octane camera tag, and then going to motion blur, enabling the motion blur, and setting the shutter to something like 0.016 or 32. That's something that I find myself playing with, one of these two. But you will see that in movement, it's going to look the best if you render out the motion blur straight away in Cinema. But look at this. What a difference. If we're going to look at this movement right here, we have motion blur. Without the motion blur, looks fake. With motion blur, looks real. Especially this shot. Oh my God. It looks real. Okay. So this is one thing. Motion blur, really important. Then I'm also going to add some noise. So I'm going to add in a little bit of noise there. Maybe something like 3. And then I'm also going to add an adjustment layer. I'm going to add an unsharp mask and try to set it to 75 or something. And I'm also going to add a curves. And I'm going to bring in some contrast. And I'm also going to add a tint effect. So for the people that say that I'm going quickly, buy the course. No, I'm joking. You're not hearing any music. That's weird. Let me check on that. Okay, that's because my... Now you should be hearing music. So now we're doing this here. Maybe it's a little bit too dark, so I'm going to brighten it up a little bit. Give it a little bit more of a black and white. Let's see here. I think it has a little bit too much of this green here. And we can also add an other adjustment layer. And on the other adjustment layer, I'm just going to add a color correction curves. And I'm going to take the ellipse tool, double click on that, subtract it, press F, and just feather it. So now we have something, we're coming from this shot here, turning it in something like this. And what I also like to do is add another adjustment layer. This is going to be my chromatic aberration. And I'm going to add a plugin called Quick Chromatic Aberration 2. It's a free plugin, by the way. So you can just, and that's just going to give a little bit of imperfections on the edges here. So we can see, if we're going to zoom in here, you can see that we are getting some like color shifts. And that just makes it look like a real camera has just filmed it. We can also add something like CC lens. Let's try. And we're going to give it a little bit of a distortion. Very subtle. Yeah. Exactly. So you can see that the motion blur, it's not perfect here because it's kind of jagged a little bit, but you will see that if you export this straight from Cinema, with the motion blur from Octane, it's going to look so much better. But immediately it already looks a little more real. And I think this shot is darker, so I'm just going to cut it here. And I'm going to make this entire scene also darker. Obviously, it's a little bit too dark over there, so I'm just giving IDs here. So this is, of course, nothing to actually... Yeah, you don't have to do it like this. I think also your material here, it's a little bit too diffused of the drone. So I would add a little bit more gloss in there. But I really love this part. Apart from that, it's a really impressive job. I really like this part here where you're actually using a deformation on the HUD element. So a lot of people will just do straight lines on a HUD element, but it's really smart of you that you've distorted it and make it look like it's actually wrapped around. This makes it look 3D, it makes it look real. Great job on that. And we're actually getting impacts here. He's getting shot. So for this, I would definitely add a spark here. So your dents are okay. Right here, I think you're trying to go for a sci-fi hit of like a like a sci-fi bullet shot. I would definitely add sparks here. So you will need some stock footage or use some particles. We're working on some stuff, so hopefully soon you will be able to use those kind of things. And boom, here his drone got destroyed. Oh my god, look at that. Boom. So, yeah. Great work, Christoph. I can't wait to see more. And maybe we do one of these again where I can help you around a little bit with the visuals. And we'll see about that. So what else do we have here? Shadowhawk. Let's see something that Shadowhawk has created. This was a little challenge that Shadowhawk had proposed, so other students also participated in this challenge. I'm not sure if this one is it. No, this is a different one. Okay, these are just some examples in the winds chat. I'm joking. Let's see. Do we have anything else from one of our students? I would love to show something else, but it's been a while. Usually we are always commenting on these things live. So when they come out and then they get lost a little bit. Let's see what Kevin did. Oh, nice. Nice. I like it. I actually saw this one a little while back. But really cool. Looks very fun. Oh, damn. I didn't see that one coming. So, the hammer, boom. It's in the shot. Great job. Great job. Here is something that Shadowhawk created. So this is all for the same project, I imagine. Another chase scene. Just to be clear, this is Shadowhawk's project together with all the students. I'm not sure who collaborated on the project. I think this is mainly Shadowhawk's production. And the person singing on this is actually, and I'm just going to close the other music here for a second. The person singing on this is also a student of ours, so really cool. Exactly. So for the music, check the comments. Christoph just shared his name, so if you want to look him up. Really nice track. So, as you can see, they are reacting to stuff, but they're still working on this project, so they need to add muzzle flashes, stuff like that. This is just a little preview, let's say. But oh god, it really gets me excited to see the full project. Can't wait to see it, and I know they have worked a lot on it, but I can imagine it really definitely takes time. All right, so that's basically everything that we've that we had to discuss about this about the Epic VFX Masterclass. So yeah, if you have any other questions, please let me know in the comments. We've discussed some projects from our students, some other students that are also in the class right here giving a review. And yeah, apart from that, this is everything that we will be covering. You will also get a certificate once you're completely once you went through the entire class. And then right here we have some free bonuses. So you will join the private Discord mastermind group with all like-minded people where we can hang out and discuss or collaborate on projects, get help from one another. We will get 6 live Q&A Zoom calls where I will be giving you feedback, and we will look at all the problems you might encounter just to get you to create better VFX. You will also get the Professional Hollywood HUD pack. It's currently valued at $40, but it's a really comprehensive pack that you can use for things like that you saw from Christoph, like these HUD elements in front of your face. Really cool stuff. Another free bonus is the After Effects Deluxe bundle from creatorgalaxy.com. And then we're also giving the Ultimate Premiere Pro course extended. It's valued at $200, almost $200, but it's also a comprehensive video editing course. So if you are looking into getting to know all the software like Premiere, After Effects, Cinema 4D, Octane, and Embergen, then don't look further, because we give it to you. So then we also have the extra bonus for the 6 months free on a yearly license at Creator Galaxy. And we're also going to offer an exclusive t-shirt only for full access students. And then we also are going to give a $500 discount on the Creative Cloud for 1 year or half a year. So it's really crazy. So basically that makes the entire course kind of break even, let's say. So for everything that you're getting, if you are slightly interested in visual effects, this is really the place to be, in my opinion. But of course, it's going to be up to you. Do look at it. Just go through it on your own pacing and see if it fits for you. But if you have any questions whatsoever, do reach out to me on Instagram at Ignace Aleya. Or if you have any questions regarding payments or problems that you might have, hello@learnepicvfx.com, and you can just send us an email. We will get back to you as soon as we can, which should be very, very quickly, and we get anything resolved. So don't panic about any of these problems. If you're having difficulties with something, we will get that resolved. So yeah, apart from that, I think you can go to the link yourself, and we're done here, I think, unless anyone else has a one last question. Justice for +1 student, I'm not really following. All right. This is one of the project files that we will be making. All right, thank you so much for joining the live stream, everyone. Shadowhawk, Christoph, it was great having you here as well. And apart from that, I hope to catch you all in the next one. Until next time, create epic videos.